Hello, my name is Greg Bjornstad, and welcome to another installment of my video tutorial series for eVit, my new Vineyard database software program. Today I'm going to show you how to use the features and functions on the block details layout. As usual, we'll begin from the main menu. So I'll click here on the Blocks tab and open up the drop-down menu where we can search, where we can see the block list, view block details, or add a new block. We'll drill down into the view block details right now, and there we are. We are at record number 1 of 9 records, and we can scroll through these records one at a time and see everything that we have. Before I forget, the upper left here reminds us where we are. Block details is available here. We also have the blocks tab up here in the green font to help remind us where we are and the things that we see on this block details layout. The options key, as you may recall, are consistent with grower, vineyard, options pull-down menu. We can go to the block list and see the list of blocks that we have available to us. We also see that we have similar activities and functions here on this options menu. We're going to go back to the block details right now, and there we are. So block list, we can create a new block, we can delete this block, we can search for blocks, we can reassign this block, export the block, or modify the activity status. So let's reassign the block. That's a new function. Let's say I've made a mistake in my entry, or some other reason that I discover that it doesn't belong here. So right now we know that it is within the Jones family vineyards. It's at the home ranch, but we've discovered the error. It is actually belongs with the Jones Apple Valley vineyard. So the grower that we want to select is accurate. It's the Jones family vineyards. We click that. And instead of home ranch, we want Apple Valley. So I'll click that. And with a click of a button, we've reassigned it, and the hierarchy is all maintained, and the relational strength of this database is maintained. And so let's just put it back by reassigning the block, bringing it down here a little bit better so that you can see it. We know that the Jones family vineyard is correct, but we want to put it back to home. And so there we have it. We have exporting the block. We have shown this before, where we are able to choose the name of the file we want to save, where we want to save it, and in what format. Selecting this checkbox here allows us to open up when it has finished. We're going to cancel that. Then we also have modifying the activity status. As we have discussed previously, we see the grower, the vineyard, block, and subblock. And we can click one button or the other for a global change, or we can select individual blocks and change their status from active to inactive and vice versa. When we have finished with this reassignment of the hierarchy, we can click the Done button, and here we are back at the subblock details. So kind of digging in a little bit to the data, I consider this to be kind of the birth certificate of the block, where we have variety, clone, rootstock pruning, irrigation, row orientation, solar aspect, trellis system, appellation, frost protection, percent slope, soil type, vine spacing, vines per acre, year planted, and year budded. So these are things that generally are not changing unless we're redeveloping. And they are mostly available here in drop-down lists that are editable. So if you have a new irrigation system that I don't have here, you have flood or anything else, you are able to add your own new irrigation system. And the same goes for row orientation, etc. So that allows you to save some time and use what I have installed for you, or you can create your own your own categories. The vine spacing, while I'm thinking about that here, goes by row, distance between the rows, and then the distance within the rows first. And so once that is selected, then the calculation is made to determine your vines per acre. So we might have noticed that there's a little tooltip here to show you that you can edit this field in the subblock details. And so the reason for that is maybe it's I'll do another tutorial about the hierarchy and the reasons for that. But let's just jump over there right now and select one of the two subblocks that we have for this block. I'm going to choose rows 1 through 10, and this is where we can actually select the variety. I'm not going to talk about any of these other items up here. We'll dig into those tabs later. But for right now, we select the variety, and selecting Pinot Noir, this actually filters our clone list. So you won't find any Chardonnay or Cabernet or Merlot clones available on this list, trying to keep it simple and less scrolling for you. If there is a new clone that I haven't thought of or included here, you can add a new one by clicking this button here. The same goes for rootstocks and pruning systems. Vines per acre, they're presuming that you have a vine count or done the calculation if you've got the number of acres and the vines per acre, then you can do this vine count. This field here allows us to collect any histories that we have. Maybe it's difficult to remember because the grower hasn't marked the row endposts, and we don't know which one is the first row and which one is the last row. So there's a little note for you and whoever else might go into the vineyard, your intern at harvest time, to see where row number 1 starts by the road. You can also indicate some history that the subblock was T-budded to the Swan clone in 2010. So that sort of thing. So we can also click on the entire subblock over here, and this shows us the other subblock that is within the block number 1. It is, however, inactive. And you see that we've gone from 1 to 2 records because we are now kind of drilling down to the subblock details within block 1. So that's an important thing to try to remember, how we're staying within our hierarchy. Okay, so in reminding you about the blue fonts like this that are kind of the equivalent of hyperlinks, they take us elsewhere. And so by clicking on the blue number 1, this is going to take us back up to the block details screen. As you can see, we have here. We also have that up here. I guess I forgot to make a point that that was green on the subblock details screen just a moment ago. So again, here we are now looking at the birth certificate, the block info. This is a list of the subblocks, and these are observations. And so I think I am going to just show you one more thing in keeping with how we travel around, which we kind of already did. I'm ending up my talk on the block details layout by clicking on the rows 1 through 10 subblock and changing our location to the subblock details page. So this tutorial covered our features and functions on the block details layout, and stay tuned for more tutorials from the subblock details page coming up next. Thanks for watching. Bye.